Welcome to episode 3 of Myth of the Week. This week we will be talking about one of the most misunderstood figures in Greek mythology. This week we will be talking about Medusa. Now, you probably know her as the one with the snakes for hair and the stare that can petrify you into stone, but if you really look into her story and you look into some of the retellings, you find out that her story is a bit more tragic than you realize. It's a bit deeper than just the turn people to stone. Now, today I'm going to give you a refresher on the myth itself, and then I have 16 book recommendations for you to look into if you're looking to read more about Medusa's story. So going over the myth itself, Medusa is actually one of 3 sisters and the only one who was born mortal. She was once a beautiful maiden and a priestess to Athena, and according to the Roman poet Ovid, Medusa was either assaulted or seduced by Poseidon in Athena's temple, and as punishment, Athena cursed Medusa, not Poseidon. Athena ends up turning Medusa's hair into snakes and gave her a gaze so powerful that it could turn anyone to stone. Because of this, Medusa was cast out, feared, and hunted. Eventually, she was beheaded by the hero Perseus, who then used her severed head as a weapon. She's actually on the shield of Athena, if I'm not mistaken, as well. In more modern retellings, Medusa's story is seen as one of victimhood, injustice, and survival. Many authors have taken up her myth to explore themes like rage, power, trauma, and reclaiming one's narrative. Now let's get into the books. Let's get into the books. I got you guys saving you some time and energy in finding some Medusa retellings, because who doesn't want to read about a baddie, a queen? These are going to be listed in the order in which I found them. So first off on the book I've actually read this year, in whenever I may have read it. Here's the date read in my rating, I don't know. The first one is Medusa's Sisters by Lauren J.A. Baer. This one was very slow in the beginning. It took a minute for me to get into it. And usually I'm a trooper in books, so you guys take that as you will. But this is talking about Medusa's sisters, and it kind of gives you the build up to Medusa's life from the POV of her sisters, who are the 2 forgotten Gorgons. And their names are Steno. Hold on. I literally Googled this earlier, guys. It's embarrassing. Uriel and Steno, her 2 sisters. These are, it's a dual POV between the 2 sisters of Medusa. I really enjoyed this book once I got into the groove of things because, for one, I didn't even know Medusa had sisters before I read this, so you learn something new every day. And Medusa, like, she'll meet somebody and she'll be like, I don't know if I want to be you or be with you. So that's the vibe going on here. Next on the list is going to be Medusa by Jessie Burton. This is going to be my number 2. This is a beautifully illustrated take where Medusa finally gets to tell her own story. Number 3 is going to be Sweet Venom by Tera Child. This is 3 teen girls descended from Medusa, and they have to fight monsters in modern-day San Francisco. This is a very fun, very action-y book. Number 4 is Dear Medusa by Olivia A. Cole. This is a raw, poetic story about reclaiming your voice, inspired by Medusa's pain and power. Now, number 5 is titled Medusa. This is a quiet, emotional retelling that really centers on Medusa's perspective. Number 6 is I, Medusa by Ayana Gray. This is a quick, introspective novella that gives us a glimpse into Medusa's thoughts. Number 7 is Medusa, Myth of Monsters by Katherine Marsh. This is great for younger readers, and it rethinks what really makes somebody a monster. Number 7, does this really count as a retelling? I don't know because I haven't read it since like middle school, elementary school. All right, so bear with me. This is Medusa the Mean from the Goddess Girl series. It's middle school, but make it mythological. Number 9 is Becoming Medusa by Emma Hamm. This is a magical origin story where Medusa finds her power within her transformation. Number 10 is titled Medusa. This is more of a poetic experimental retelling, and it's very artsy and atmospheric. Number 11 is Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. I don't know why this one's not further up on the list. That's besides the point. This is one of the more popular retellings for Medusa that you'll see in libraries and bookshops and stuff. But this is a funny, smart, and moving. It's told from multiple POVs, and it's one of the best known retellings, as I mentioned before. Number 12 is The Tragedy of Medusa by H.M. Roberts. This leans into the drama and emotion of her story, very mythical. Number 13 is Medusa and the Blind Woman. This is a very thought-provoking with a unique twist on the myth. Because who better to go with Medusa than a blind woman? You know? Number 14 is also titled Medusa. This is a dark and surreal version, and it's definitely for the people who like kind of like the weird books. Number 15 is going to be Athena's Child by Hannah Lynn. This tells the whole myth with the focus on injustice and identity. And last but not least is The Shadow of Perseus by Claire Haywood. This has also been on my to be read for ages, but this retells Perseus's story from the 3 women in his life. I want to say it's his lover, his mom, and then Medusa. So whether you're into feminist retellings, monster girls with a message, or just the love for a good tragic myth, there is definitely some sort of Medusa retelling, reimagining out there for you. Let me know which ones you've read or want to read, and I'll see you next week as we dig into another Greek myth icon. Love you guys, bye!